Graded stakes racing continues. This time we go to Gulfstream, the championship meet, and it's the Grade 3 Harlan's Holiday, a 7-horse field. Let's take a look at some of the top contenders for this interesting stakes race, which a couple of these horses are using as a possible prep for the Pegasus Stakes in January. Let's start with Tax, and he has been off since May. And on his best day, he has some speed figures that put him right into the race. I like the fact that he drew the rail, and I think one of the key factors in this race is he's going to be a little bit more forwardly placed. Some of his better races, including the Jim Dandy, was when he used some of his speed, and he gets Louis Saez. So I think that's going to be a key factor for Tax. He'll be a little bit closer to the pace. He drew inside of some of the other speed, and if he can stay within 2-3 lengths early, Tax is definitely a contender here in the Harlan's Holiday. The Fat Man is a veteran Gulfstream Park conditioner. 3 starts at Gulfstream, 1 win, 2 seconds. Now he's another one of those horses that does well in listed stakes, some of the Grade 3 and Grade 2 prep races at Gulfstream Park over the last couple of years. He's 6 years old now, and his best speed figures put him right there in the mix. I think he's a little bit up against it, although he does get Irad Ortiz to ride on Saturday. Identifier's best races put him in the mix here, but his form overall seems a little bit suspect. He gets a Jose Ortiz to ride. Now, sometimes some of these Grade 3 races, you get some horses that ship in from across the country, and the locals who have been training at Gulfstream in the hot weather, sometimes they can pull off some upsets early on in these graded stakes races. So Identifier is one to look at. I'm going to be taking a shot with Eye of a Jedi. I think his better races, he's got some hidden trips in the last couple of starts, and I think he can sit on a pace-pressing trip behind the 2 favorites in Tax and Tatweej, who we'll take a look at in a moment. Math Wizard looks to be one of the top 4 betting choices on the menu here. He comes in using this definitely as a prep. He did have a strong second place finish to Global Campaign in the Monmouth race. Then his last 2 races, he disappointed. Recent works point to a little bit better, but I'm not sure he can turn the tide on Tax and then the horse on the outside, which is Tatweej. Todd Pletcher trains 3 straight wins after opening up his career with a loss. The big question mark for him is he's facing a bigger field, he's facing better class, and his speed figures the last 3 races are 89, 96, 94. I'm not sure he can get up to that 98, 99 level. He's been winning in hand, and I think he's got a little bit of a funky stride to him. I'm just not sure he's ready to take on some of these veteran horses. The 2 horses that I'm considering here in the Harlan's Holiday mainly are Eye of a Jedi. I think that's going to be my top selection. And then also, I do want to take a look at Tax. When he trains up to a race, he's had a long string of workouts. They were going to point him to a few other races. They decided to get him specifically ready for Pegasus, and this will be his prep race. I think Tatweej is going to be a little bit over bet, and I also think Math Wizard is probably going to be a little bit over bet based on his current form and condition. So Eye of a Jedi for me, with a little bit of a saver on the rail horse, and we'll see what Tax can do off the long layoff since May. That's a look at the Grade 3 Harlan's Holiday from Gulfstream Park.